Question 1, simplify the third. Square root of 20. Remember, we're looking for the biggest square number factor, and that's 4. So root 4, root 5. Square root of 4 is 2, so the final answer is 2 root 5. Question 2, part A. 1. What we want to do is to simplify the surds. Now, not surds, the indices. X to the 4 times x to the 6 over x to the 3. Remember, when we're multiplying powers, we add the indices, so that's 4 plus 6, which means we have x to the power of 10 on top. That gets us 1 mark. When we are dividing powers, we subtract the indices. So 10 take away 3 is 7. Part 2, we have a bit trickier here. 5x to the power of 4 multiplying 4 times x to the power of minus 5 over 2. Now, what we're going to do is to multiply the two constants, the 5 and the 4. 5 times 4 gives us 20, that gets us 1 mark. And x, well, we're multiplying powers of x, so we have to add these two numbers, but that's a wee bit tricky. So 4 plus minus 5 over 2, that's 4. Now what I'm going to do in fact is I'm going to change the 4 to 8 over 2. You've seen me doing that before. 8 over 2 take away 5 over 2 gives us 3 over 2. So the final answer then is 20x to the power of 3 over 2. Part B, the number of people attending a football match was 3.12 times 10 to the 4. If each person paid £27, how much was collected? The answer is 27 times 3.12 times 10 to the 4. And you can do that on your calculator, and it gives 842,400, and we have to convert that into scientific notation, so it's 8.424 times 10 to the power of 345, and that of course will be pounds. Question 3, part A, very simple. Expand the brackets. So 4d times d is 4d squared and minus de. Part B, maybe I could write this one down. So that's g squared plus 9g plus 4g plus 36, and that gives g squared plus 13g plus 36. 4a, factorise, common factor, take out y, that gives us y minus 6. Part B, difference of squares, that's t squared minus 7 squared, so it's t minus 7, t plus 7. Last one, trinomial, x squared plus 7x plus 12. We're looking for factors of 12. Numbers that multiply together to give 12 and add together to give 7 is going to be 4 and 3. Now remember, this sign means the signs are the same, and this sign means that they're both positive. Question 5, completing the square. So x squared plus 6x plus 7, square bracket, space, plus 7. X squared becomes x, sign stays the same, half the coefficient of the x term. 3 squared is 9. It's 9 that we don't want, minus 9. Question 6. So we've got 4x minus 3 on top, multiplied by x plus 4. And then we have, well, let me just write it out. We've got x plus 4 squared, so that's x plus 4x plus 4. And you can see, I hope, this is going to cancel with this one here. And that leaves us with 4x minus 3 over x plus 4. Nice and simple. Question 7. Part A. Now what we want to do is to find a common denominator, and the easiest way to find the common denominator is to multiply these two together. So the common denominator is AB. What do I multiply the 3 by? Sorry, I beg your pardon. What do I multiply the this A by to get AB? I multiply it by B. So I must also multiply the 3 by B. What do I multiply this B by? To get AB, I multiply it by A, so I must multiply the 5 by A. And finally we have 3B minus 5A all over AB. F over 5. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the division sign here. I'm going to change divide to multiply, and then I'm going to turn the second fraction upside down. So instead of having E over G, we've got G over E. That's how we deal with that. Multiply tops, multiply bottoms. So it's FG over 5E. Question 8. Gradient of PQ is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What I can do is label these points x1, y1 and x2, y2. So that's 3 minus 4 over 6 minus 5. And give me 7 over 11. That's the gradient. Nice simple question. Calculate the volume of a sphere. It's 4 over 3 pi r cubed. That formula is given to you on the list. 4 over 3 pi times 2.3 cubed. The answer is 50.965. And we have to give the unrounded answer. Be careful about that. It does say correct to 2 significant figures, so we should give the unrounded answer. Well, I suppose it's rounded to a certain extent, isn't it? I mean, we could give all 15 decimal places. 2 significant figures, so I'm going to underline these two. What happens to a 0.965? A 0.965 will round up, so we get 51 cm cubed. Be careful about units. Question 10. Remember the formula? Arc over 2 pi r equals angle over 360 degrees equals area over pi r squared. So we're going to use the arc and the angle part because it asks us to find the length of the arc and we're given the angle 240 degrees. So arc AB over 2 pi times the radius. The radius is 6.2 equals 240 over 360. Now I'm going to simplify this very slightly. 2 times 6.2 is 12.4, so it's 12.4 pi. I'm going to simplify this just by chopping off a 0 from top and bottom, although I could simplify it further. That's 24 over 36. Now what I want to do is to get the arc on its own. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 12.4 pi, and we then have arc equals 24 over 36 times 12.4 pi, which equals 25.97 centimeters. Now it says it wants to outline it with coloured rope, so we've just worked out that this is 25.97 here. This distance round to A and all the way around to B. What we haven't yet considered is the fact that we also have to line this part, and we have to line this part here. Now each of these lines is a radius, 6.2. So what we have then is we have a total perimeter which gives us 38.37. Now that's in centimetres. We have 20 metres, which is 20 times 100 centimetres. That's 2000 centimetres. So what we're going to do then is to divide the 2000 by 38.37 and see what that gives us. The answer is 52.12 logos, but of course we can't have a 0.12 of a logo, so the final answer is 52 logos. So, what we'll do first of all is work out the volume of the cylinder. So it's pi r squared h. Diameter of the base is 20, so the radius is 10 centimetres. 10 squared, and the height is 32. That gives us 153.0. Now the volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. 1/3 pi. The radius of the base is 2.5. So it's 2.5 squared, and the height is 6. That gives us 39.27. The shop owner thinks you can fill 260 cones. What we're going to do then is a division. We're going to divide this number here by this number here. So 1, 0, 0. The answer is 255. Which we could round up, I suppose. Could we round up, or would we have to round down? Well, we don't really have enough for 256. However, let's round it to 256 cones. Now, since 256 is less than 260, he is not correct. Make sure you give a full answer.